call it President's Council. Or we can call it also State of the Union, if you will, because it gives us the opportunity for the Federation to give you a report on the things that we have done, representing you, the things that we have done, promoting Hellenism, promoting our culture, our history, our language, if we can, and of course, our faith. So I'm not going to speak any further because we'll have the opportunity to give you my personal report. So I would like to bring up here our Executive Vice President and the Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon, Ms. Despina Quijano. Let's hear it for Despina.
Καλώς ήρθατε. Καλό μήνα, καλή σαρακοστή σας εύχομαι. Κύριε Πρόεδρε, με την άδειά σας, δεν είμαι έτοιμη για το attendance, the roll call, γιατί μόλις τελειώσαμε. Μπορούμε να κάνουμε τα financials, σας παρακαλώ, γιατί δεν είμαι έτοιμη. Δεν μπορώ να είμαι έτοιμη αμέσως. Είχαμε λίγη καθυστέρηση. Παρακαλώ, Νικήτα Σταμπάκης. So we can... Link of New Jersey, Πάνος Σταυριανίδης.
Παρό.
Corthion Anthros Society, Adam Moraitis. Cypriots of New Jersey and founder, the founding father, Andreas Komodromos. Hellenic Link, Angelo Athens. The Greek Cypriots of New Jersey, Despina Xiotakis. Hellenic News, ο κύριος Κοτρότσιος, Paul Κοτρότσιος. Hellenic Link, Μάκης Σταυριανίδης. Hellenic Dancers of New Jersey, ο κύριος Ed Χαλιώτης. Cephalonian Association, Αγγελική Χιόνης. Hellenic Civic Club, Catherine Blue. St. George Pascaraway, ο Γιώργος Αθανασόπουλος. Hellenic Dancers of New Jersey, Bob Φουρνιάκης. Η Κρυστάλλα και ο Βασίλειος Αποστολόπουλος. Από πού είσαστε παρακαλώ, δεν το βλέπω σημειωμένο. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Greek American Chamber of Commerce, Andrea. Your last name, Andrea? Thank you. Και η Μαρία Μανταλάκης, Vice President. Από το Σαλαμίς έχουμε Στάθης Ζαμπάς, Νίκος Ζήτης, Δημήτρης Ζαμπάς. Από τη Λάμπουσα, Σταύρος Καμιλάρης με την Μαρία Καμιλάρη. Αθηνά Πατρίκιος. Δεν έχω σύλλογο. Η Λάμπουσα, ευχαριστώ. Κώστας Παπαπέτρου, Λάμπουσα. Γιάννης Καλογρίδης, The Cretans Fraternity, The White Mountains. Καθώς και η Σέντι Καλογρίδης από το White Mountains. Από το Σαλαμίς έχουμε επίσης τη Μαρία Κώστα. Arcadi Cretan Youth, welcome, this is a new organization, the youth organization, Antonis Kalogridis. Pen-Gregorian Enterprises Foundation, κύριος Καραμάνος, Χρήστος. Pen-Gregorian Enterprises, κυρία Αντωνία Μπλετσάκης. Hios Society of New Jersey, Δημήτριος Κοντολιός. Hellenic Civic Club, η Δέσποινα Οικολογικά. Greek American Chamber, ο Γιώργος Πάπας. Και η Ράνια Πάπας. Hellenic Society of TCNJ, the College of New Jersey. Καινούριος σύλλογος, τα παιδιά. Μανώλης Πίτας, Σοφία Πατέρης και η πρόεδρος Πλόη Σοκράτης. Καλώς ήρθατε. Και από τη Λάμπουσα επίσης έχω Ηλιάνα Αντωνίου. Κάποιος που δεν άκουσε το όνομά του, who represents an organization of the Federation. We're all here. So, Mr. President, we do have a roll call. I'll give you the specific number. Please bear with me. I'm just counting. 14. I'm counting the organizations. 15. Yes, we do, but I need to give a number. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 organizations present, represented by their presidents and delegates. So we do have a quorum, 19 members present, organizations. Thank you so much. Are they all in good standing? Yes, sir. Some of them have mailed their checks, but we have not received. So we trust. Yes, they were mailed. They did not make it on time.
Lucas Restaurant in Edison, New Jersey. The Chancellor of the New Jersey Metropolis, Reverend Nectarios Kotros, opened with prayer. Roll call was taken by General Secretary Angela Athens, that's me, and quorum was determined. President Savrianis opened the meeting at 2 p.m. Minutes of the prior council meetings were read and accepted. Motion was made by Dimitris Gonias to approve the minutes as read, and seconded by Tom Papadimitriou, and all were in favor. Treasurer Minas Antoniou presented the financial reports. A motion was made by Andreas Sava to approve the financial reports as presented, seconded by Giliki Hionis. All in favor? All were in favor. Mr. Andy Komodromos, founding father of the Hellenic Federation of New Jersey, could not attend in person and joined the meeting via conference call. He thanked the Metropolis of New Jersey for their support. He emphasized the principles of the Federation and asked the youth to stay connected to continue the mission, not only in New Jersey, but in the United States. On this day, we commemorate the 50 years from the Turkish invasion of Cyprus. Mr. Komodromos encouraged everyone present that we need to organize a big anniversary event with the participants of all the Cypriot and Greek organizations in our metropolis. At this point, President Savrianidis presented his report. He applauded all previous board members and especially President Iliadis, which is through the pandemic. Dr. Iliadis not only took care of his patients, but he kept the Federation going as well. The President continued with a report on past event participation and also brought up the meeting of the Federation mission. He invited everyone at the March 25th celebration at Trenton, mentioned the gala in June, and encouraged participation. Lunch break and cutting of Vaslovka followed. We thanked the representatives present from Panagonian and the foundation of their support since the Federation's inception. A special appreciation to Mr. George Siamboulis and the late John Sagilaris, both founding members of the Federation, for their past and current contributions. A big thank you to the Pan-Gregorian ex-director, Ms. Toni Bletzakis, for making the Vasilopitas over the past 2 years. Her time and support are appreciated by all. Professor Tom Papadimitriou spoke about the scholarship participation and requirements and announced that the application is now available on the new website with the help of General Secretary Angela Athens. Mr. Papadimitriou also informed us that the exhibit, Greek Revolution Through American Eyes, has been successfully exhibited in various churches. More will follow within the year. Mr. Dimitris Pagliouras and family made a commitment of $10,000, the pledge for the next 10 years, $1,000 per year towards scholarships. He was congratulated and acknowledged for his generosity. 2 more annual pledges were announced and acknowledged, $1,000 from Mr. Andy Komodromos and $1,000 from Mr. Panos Savrianidis in memory of his father and father-in-law. Website chair, Professor Angela Athens, spoke about the new website. He is working diligently to make everything relevant and appropriate. We will be able to pay our dues and contribute donations online at some point. Every member organization will have its own page, and he welcomed ideas and questions. Nikita Stavakis, the new general chair, spoke about upcoming youth Gledi and in the fall. He is in talks with various university organizations and is looking forward into welcoming and new members and in their committee. Mr. Dimitris Gonias, the New York Parade co-chair, gave us information about the parade, which is dedicated to Cyprus, the parade president Philip Christopher, and the dinner at the Hilton on April 15th was also communicated. Raffles will be soon available. Mr. Gonias will organize a Panomoniaki parade meeting in New Jersey in maybe the End Zones will honor us in April. The first already meeting in Astoria was scheduled for February 1st. Executive Vice President Desmond Apolitas gave a brief report on membership. The number of member organizations decreases every year due to inactivity. Government Affairs Chair Dimitris Kontolios encouraged Mr. Paul Kotrotsos to join the Federation Board. Mr. Kotrotsos welcomed the idea and said with confidence he will bring the Anibirotes to join him as well. The presidents of the Hellenic Federation member organizations took the stand and presented their report on current membership challenges, upcoming events, questions, and concerns which were also discussed. The presentation of awards followed, officiated by Father Nectarios, Father Philotheos Tomaszewski, and Father Panagiotis Lekas. The first member organization honored this year for their contributions and support towards the mission of the Federation were the Hellenic Civic Club, and the award was accepted by the President, Catherine Blue. Labusa Cypriot American Association was also accepted an award by President Stavros Kamilanos. No further discussion. The President thanked everyone for making this meeting a big success. We will continue to work towards the future of the organizations and help the churches and the Federation and Hellenism in general. A motion was made by Elias Iliadis to adjourn the meeting at 5 p.m., seconded by Giliki Hionis. All were in favor. And the member organizations that were in attendance last year were the Hellenic Civic Club, the Hellenic Link, Macedonia Association of New Jersey, Alexander the Great, Greek American Chamber of Commerce, Pan Gregorian Pigi of American Charitable Foundation, Greek Cypriots of New Jersey, the Cretan Fraternity, the White Mountains, the Hellenic Dancers of New Jersey, St. George Church Piscataway, St. Demetrius Church Perth Amboy, Kinesis Theotokou in Holmdel, Labusa Cypriot American Association, Achepa 75 Monroe Chapter, HIOS Society of New Jersey, Friends of Hellenic Studies, Stockton University, New Jersey Cypriot Association, Stalamis, and the Kefalonian Association of New Jersey, Agios Gerasimos. We had 18 member organizations last year. Those were the minutes.
Ευχαριστούμε, Βαγγέλη. We need a motion to approve the minutes, please. Ο κύριος Αρχοντούλης and seconds Δημήτρης Κοντολιός. Ευχαριστούμε πολύ. At this point, we're moving on with the financial report by our treasurer, Nikita Stambakis. Πού είναι ο Νικήτας? Έλα, Νικήτα. We have the audits, please. And, yes. Are we all in favor of the minutes that were presented and read?
Someone has to make it.
We did. Can you please raise your hand? Everybody is in agreement? Thank you very much. Motion passed. Nikita.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nikita Stambakis. I am the treasurer of the Federation of Hellenic Federation New Jersey. My report today will cover the last 2 years of audits, as well as just a brief summary where we currently stand financially. So as part of the Hellenic Federation bylaws, we are obligated every year to submit our financial statements for a proper audit, to make sure that we are clean, to make sure that everything is done correctly so we can continue to operate the way that we do and protect our non-for-profit status. So I, along with Minas Antoniou, who's the assistant treasurer, worked with Fotis Savidis CPA to prepare 2 years of financial statement audits. I believe that these packets are at your tables if you want to take a closer look. I want to present just a caveat for this year's audit that the services that were rendered were actually closer to just a strict financial review rather than a full audit. So just keep that in mind, that the requirements are slightly different, but we did our best to make sure that everything was captured in this report. So if you look, so this is, as I said, for the years ended on June 30th, 2025 and 2024, you can kind of see how the assets have changed. So in 2024, At the end of that fiscal year, the total assets were $38,251. At the end of fiscal year 2025, the total assets were $108,029. We had a very successful gala. If you look at the following page where we talk about support and revenue, you could see that on the revenue side, most of our revenue comes from contributions and grants, donations, membership dues, etc., and the program service revenue, which is mostly what we collect from the gala. So in 2024, the program service revenue was about $61,000. The contributions and grants was $26,000, and then in the year 2025, the contributions and grants was $29,000, and the revenue was $100,000. So on the expenses side, you can see that that's divided into three categories: program services, which is administrative fees to actually put together the events, management and general. Program services is actually the costs for our programs, like our lectures and our youth glendy and stuff like that. The management in general refers to the event administrative costs, and the fundraising involves most of the costs that went into put on the gala. So the expenses in 2024 were about $66,000, and in 2025 they were about $64,000. So you can see, as I said before, that our net assets went up significantly between 2024 and 2025, which has enabled us to do a lot with our programming and to be active in the community's activities. There's a much more in-depth look at the expenses, which I don't think I want to go all the way into, but as you can kind of see, we run a banquet, we run this Council of Presidents and General Assembly meeting, we run things like a glendy, and for the youth, we are active in contributing to support the parade that happens in New York City. We have our scholarship programs, and so that kind of goes into our expenses. So yeah, the last page of the numbers just kind of shows that in 2024 we ended up in a net loss of $12,000, but in 2025 we ended up with a net gain of $91,000. Let me just see if in the summary. I think the very important thing to say in the summary here after Fotisavidis conducted his financial review is that we are in good standing. The organization continues to be exempt from federal income taxes. We had mostly a lot of donations with no restrictions that have kind of helped us be in the position that we are today. There were, at the end, I'm looking at note number 3, we had a balance of $11,200 that was not resolved by the end of the fiscal year. We had the gala in June, so some things took a little bit longer to process, but all of that was collected in full and settled up by September 2025 one other thing that's worth noting is that we were very fortunate to receive a $25,000 grant, and that was through an organization that Tasos Evstapiadis is involved in, and that also really significantly helped. So that's the summary of the financial statements that were for the year review 2024 and 2025. I'm just going to give a brief summary of what's happened since the end of the fiscal year. Our current total funds are $89,349. We had income from donations from our classical recital in the fall, donations to support the Greek Prime Minister reception in the fall, and membership dues. We've also had expenses to put on a classical recital, to put on the youth glendy, which was $2,300, about $2,200 in media costs, about $1,200 in website and tech reimbursements, over $5,000 in donations, co-sponsorships, including the Rutgers Elites Chair, the Federation of Cypriot American Organizations, Cyprus Children's Fund, the Princeton Student Community Dance Workshop, and the Hellenic American Chamber of Commerce Vasilopita. We are awarding $3,000 in scholarships today, and the financial audit and other various financial expenses amounted to $4,400. So that's my report. I've been new to this role of treasurer. I've been really lucky to have a great supportive board here. Doing my best to make sure I process everything timely and make sure that we don't have any unsettled accounts. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You're welcome to approach me afterwards too, but if you don't have any questions for right now, I'm going to make a motion that we accept the report as is, with the understanding that next year we are going to conduct an even more rigorous audit.
We need a motion to approve the financial reports as presented, please. Someone? Mr. Arhondoulis, seconded by?
Okay, thank you.
Andrea. Okay.
All right. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Anyone opposed? All right, passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. Ευχαριστούμε πολύ. At this point, we'd like to welcome another member organization, Mrs. Evi Georgopoulos and the Professor Panos Georgopoulos from the Macedonian Association, Alexander the Great. Καλώς ήρθατε. So now I have to call up to the podium a very special person.
Thank you, Lesbian. My report. Where's my report? Very Reverend Father Nectarius, Honorable Chairman of the Hellenic Parade in New York, Mr. Luke Katsos, thank you for being with us today. I know you came from Long Island, 80 miles. Let's give him a nice round of applause to Mr. Katsos. And he'll have the opportunity to tell us about the parade. Distinguished past presidents of the Federation, presidents and delegates of our member organizations, dear friends of the Hellenic Federation of New Jersey, good evening. I wish you a blessed and joyful New Year. Καλή χρονιά σε όλους σας και επί τη ευκαιρία καλή πρωτομηνιά και καλή Σαρακοστή. Today's President's Council is more than a gathering. It is a renewal of purpose. We're here to affirm that we remain true as servants of the mission of this Federation, grateful for the many blessings we enjoy in this great country. We are blessed to live in the United States, where freedom and opportunity have given the opportunity to our community to prosper and flourish. But we also know the challenges to preserve our language, να τη φυλάμε τη γλώσσα μας όσο μπορούμε, to protect our heritage and to keep our faith strong in a world that does not always support what is sacred. And this is why the Hellenic Federation of New Jersey matters. Our many events have demonstrated our true dynamics, because we're not just another association. We are the central and connecting link of the active organizations of New Jersey, working diligently and effectively to advance the goals of our mission statement. Allow me to briefly highlight the scope of our work and the impact of our collective effort. We delivered 5 major lectures on national issues, εθνικά θέματα, and we organized and personally funded 3 musical events that elevated our cultural presence and strengthened our community's voice. We also supported 2 events for the Elitist Chair Fund, contributing both as a federation and individually, thus playing a decisive role in ensuring their success. Dr. Athanasopoulos, our Secretary General, and I were invited as featured principal speakers at key events, which is an acknowledgement not only of our personal commitment, but as credibility and leadership of our federation. We participated decisively in the Fifth Avenue Parade, the largest and most emblematic celebration of Hellenism in the diaspora. Finally, we took part in every pan-Hellenic event, welcoming the Prime Minister of Greece, Mr. Mitsotakis, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gerapetritis, with our federation consistently at the forefront, playing a lending role with a leading Dr. Vangelis Athanasopoulos, Nikitas Tambakis. By the way, Nikitas plays the violin and he sings. And guess what? He's going to play the violin and sing for us later. You like that?
Yes.
Yes? And our Bubulina. Who is our Bubulina? Can you guess? Αγγελική Χιόνι. Και ο Μινάς Αντωνίου εκ του μακρόθεν μας χαιρετάει και αυτός. And of course, certainly, last and not least, Δέσποινα Αξιωτάκης, William Δέσποινα. I want to thank you. Ηλία μου, σε είπα προλίγου, αλλά σε ξέχασα. Dr. Ηλίας Ηλιάδης, ο οποίος είναι immediate past president, but he should be up here, absolutely. And of course the founding president.
He's the chairman of the education.
So this way, ξέχασα κανένα. Τη γυναίκα, ξέχασα.
That is the theme. It's the 205-250 theme. Secondary themes, of course, which are important, which we should acknowledge, is it's also the 250th anniversary of the birth of Yannis Kapodistrias, because he was born in 1776. And also, of course, the 200th anniversary of the siege of Missolonghi. So the events that we've planned, in particular, relate to a few things. Number one, we have an educational component. Every week, we have a lecture regarding the revolution. And it's coming from different angles. It's coming from the linkage between, in particular, America and Hellas over a period of time, and how not only did America affect Hellas, but also how Hellas affected America. So for example, how America, let's say, affected Hellas. Most of us know, of course, that during the 1820s, one of the most important features of American history is the creation of the Greek committees, for example, where you had hundreds of people actually who were involved in raising money to support the revolution, both in New York, in New Jersey, obviously in Philadelphia and Boston, and throughout the country. It was a major event in the United States and part of American history. Not only did they raise money, but in fact people went and fought in the revolution itself. You had, for example, Samuel Gridley Howe, known as the Lafayette of the Hellenic Revolution, who went there and fought. You had, for example, George Jarvis, who was the first American who went there, who fought and was actually an adjunct to Karaskakis, and also an adjunct to Lord Byron later on, who fought and died and is buried in Elas. You had relatives of major people, including George Washington. Okay, one of the relatives of George Washington is actually also buried in Elas, and this time in Nafplio. George Jarvis, who I mentioned earlier, is also buried.
Μάζεψα μια βράδια τα σαΐνια κι ήρθα κρυφά το παλιό μου καημό να σου πω. Μάτια βουρκωμένα, παραπονεμένα, δίχως αγάπη και μόνο κανένας δεν ζει. Μάτια βουρκωμένα, πάρτε με και εμένα, πάρτε με τώρα να πάμε στον κόσμο μαζί.
θέλουν να γίνει για την επόμενη περίοδο, σύντομη περίοδο. Είμαι πραγματικά ευτυχής μετά από 10 χρόνια να βλέπω τον οργανισμό μας πραγματικά να είναι εδώ που είναι, σε μεγάλο ύψος και μεγάλες επιτυχίες. Και αυτό θέλω να ευχαριστήσω και τον πρόεδρό μας και τους πρώην πρόεδρους, τον Πάνο Σταυριανίδη, για τη δουλειά που κάνουν και το Προεδρείο, τα μέλη του Συμβουλίου μας. Λοιπόν, τους αξίζει πραγματικά a round of applause. Thank you, Pano. Thank you. Great job. Πάτερ Νεκτάριε, ευχαριστώ που μας θυμάται σήμερα την παρουσία σας. Αγαπητέ φίλε Λου, thank you for the update that you gave us on the upcoming parade, and I'm sure the Federation is going to be supporting your efforts every step of the way. So we're here to help as we helped in the prior years. Λοιπόν, σε αυτό το segment θα ακούσουμε από τον κάθε πρόεδρο να μας πει τα activities του οργανισμού εν συντομία. Αλλά και επίσης θέλουμε να ακούσουμε τις σκέψεις σας και τι θέλετε από το Federation να βοηθήσει ή να οργανώσει εκδηλώσεις ή οτιδήποτε άλλο έχετε στο μυαλό σας σχετικά με τις συνέργειες που πρέπει να προγραμματίσει το Federation εν συνεργασία με τους οργανισμούς μας. Και ξεκινάμε με το Corinthian Andro Society, Adam Moraitis. Adam, thank you for being here. You can be of the College of New Jersey. Chloe, Chloe Sopratis.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who invited us here today, especially Panos Stavrionides. I spoke to him and he invited us. I'm Chloe Sokratis. I started the Hellenic Society at TCNJ just last semester, and I really just wanted the goal of having a club that would bring Cypriots and Greeks together, because I myself I'm both Cypriot and Greek. And I just wanted like another cultural organization on campus that, because there's a lot of Greeks at TCNJ, so I wanted something to bring everyone together. And so I formed a group with my Vice President Manoli Fitas and Secretary Sofia Fitas. And I think it's really great that we got it started over the past year, because we are both freshmen, and so I think it's just great to have, us starting as freshmen and starting something that'll last and be everlasting for years to come. And just thank you all for having us.
Please stay in touch with the Federation. We were elated to have you being part of this organization, and we can assist you in many different ways. So just reach out to us and we'll be there for you.
We appreciate it so much.
Okay? Great. Και μετά θέλουμε να ακούσουμε την κυρία Κάθη Μπλου για το Hellenic Civic Club of Fort Lee.
Τον νικιάει και εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων, αμήν, εις πάσαν την γην εξήλθεν ο φθόγκος σου ως δεξαμένη των λόγων σου, διού Θεόπρεπος εδογμάτισας, την φύση των όντων ετράνουσας, τα των ανθρώπων ήθη κατεκόσμησας, Βασίλειον ιερατεύμα πατρόσια, Χριστόν τον Θεόν οικέτευε δωρήσεστε ημίν, το μεγαέλεος του Κυρίου δεηθόμεν, Κύριε Λέησον. Κύριε Θεός ημών καιρούς και χρόνους εν τη αιδία εξουσία θέμενος και τη ζωή ημών ισχύρος σου διακρατών, επάκουσον ημών δεωμένους σου, εν τη ευσύμω ημέρα ταύτη επί τη εισόδο ημών εις των νέων εν ιαυτών της Χριστότητός σου και ευλόγησον τους πλακούντους τούτους, τους προσφερωμένους εις δόξαν συν και τιμήν του Ενεγής Πατρός ημών Βασιλείου του Μεγάλου Αρχιεπισκόπου Κεσαρίας της Καππαδοκίας, επίβλεψον μεγαλόδωρε εξ ουρανού Αγίου σου, και κατάψον εφ' ημάς τους τεταδόρα ταύτα ευτερπίσαντας και τους εξ αυτών μεταλαμβάνοντας τας ουρανίους δωρεάς σου, ότι επί σύ υπήκαμεν το ζώντι Θεό εις τους αιώνες, ευλόγησον τας εισόδους και εξόδους ημών, πλήθρον αγαθή στην ζωή ημών και κατεύθυνον τα διαβήματα ημών προς εργασίαν των θείων σου εντολών, ότι που πάρτο μόνο ζήσεται άνθρωπος. Πρεσβείας της Παναχράντους Μητρός του Ενεγείου Πατρός ημών Βασιλείου του Μεγάλου και πάνω σου των Αγίων. Lord our God, who fixed times and seasons by your own authority, and in your hands hold our life, hear us who pray to you on this auspicious day. As we enter this new year of your goodness, bless this bread, offered to your glory. Καταλαβαίνετε, σήμερα είναι μεγάλη μέρα, η Κυριακή της Ορθοδοξίας, και οι ποιμαντικές υποχρεώσεις του Σεβασμιωτάτου τον είχαν πάρει αλλού, ενώ είχε σκοπό την πρώτη ημέρα που ήταν να γίνει, να έρθει, αλλά εκ μέρους του θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω όλους εσάς με την Ομοσπονδία εδώ. Θυμάμαι όταν ιδρύθηκε η Ομοσπονδία και έλεγα από τότε, το λέω, ότι αυτό είναι δώρο για μας τους Έλληνες. As the Zemenis always says, I know not all of you understand Chinese. On behalf of His Zemenis Metropolitan Apostolos, I would like to thank you I bring with me his warmest blessings and best wishes for the continuation of the work that you do here in the Federation. The ancient Greeks said it very well. Power exists when we're united. It's my hope and my prayer and that of His Eminence that you remain united and continue to go from glory to glory, doing good works for the Homogenia. And now we'll cut the Vasilopita.
Tula, congratulations. So I'd ask Father Andy over there, if you will. Stay here. Andy, stay. I'm bringing Pano, I'm bringing Luke Katz over here, please. Father. Yep, okay. So right there, right there. Father από μπροστά, Lou από μπροστά, από εδώ. Because you can't see around the podium. And then, Kyrios, Dimitri, Palios.